Welcome. This video is about finding a side of a right triangle, a missing side, using trigonometry. And I'm going to do this for both the approaching proficient and the proficient. So I'll try to be as precise as possible here. So in this particular, it says solve the right triangle for the missing side. It's marked with an X. And so what we're going to do, here is the angle 40 degrees. If I point out there, that makes this the opposite side. The other, this is a leg, so this is the adjacent. And while it is true that the side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, I would recommend that we not label that we just stick with the two, one that we want to know and the other one that we do know. And that'll help us choose which ratio we're going to use. So we'll go back to our mnemonic. So, ka, toa. And I notice that what I have is I've got O and I've got A. And the only one that has that O and the A is the T, the toa. And so this is the tangent. So what we're going to do is we're going to write the tangent of 40 degrees is equal to the opposite, which is X, over the hypotenuse, which is 15. And our goal is to get X alone. Since X is being divided by 15, we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by 15. And so that's going to cancel and leave X alone. So then this really is what I need to put in the calculator. And you can write it as just 15 tangent 40. But that means, just like whenever we have like 15x, for example, it means that this is 15 times 40. And so that's what you've got there. We're going to go ahead and put that in the calculator. You do want to make sure that you're set to degrees. So up here at the top on the newer calculator, it says degrees. If you're not sure on the older calculators, you can click on mode and you see the degree is highlighted. So that's going to be how you would check on the older calculators. Second, and then mode again to quit. Takes us back to this menu. And we were going to put in 15 tangent 40. So 15 tangent 40 degrees. And we hit enter. And it gives us is 12.586. We are instructed to round to the hundredths place. So this is 12.58. The 6 next to it means it's closer to 9 than it is to 8. So it's 12.59. This is approximately 12.59. And if we had units, then we would have included the units. Like if this had been centimeters, we would have put centimeters because this is a side length. That's not what we have. So we're going to go ahead and just leave that 12.59. But remember, it is a unit of length. All right, on this proficient one, it says solve the right triangle for the missing side. Once again, here's the angle. We've got this side over here now is the one we're looking for. This is what we know. So we'll worry about labeling those two. This side is opposite the right angle, which means this is our hypotenuse. And then the angle that's right next to, or the side that's just right next to that angle, 26 degrees, is that 15. And that's next to, remember, means adjacent. So we've got opposite, we've got hypotenuse, and we've got adjacent. We're going to go back and write, let's see, our so, ka, toa. Remember to write that and use it as much as you can. That's going to help you to remember that mnemonic. So, ka, toa. And I'm going to ask myself, I've got A for adjacent and H for hypotenuse. And that would be A and H. That's the cosine. So that's the angle. That's what we're going to write. The cosine, and right after cosine or sine or tangent, immediately thereafter, you're going to write an angle. Since we have the angle here, it's 26 degrees. That's what goes there next, 26. It's the cosine of 26 degrees, and it's equal to A over H, the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Well, the adjacent here is 15, and the hypotenuse is X. Now, this one is a little bit different than some of the others because unlike this last one, where X was up in the numerator, this time X is down in the denominator. And so we want it to be up. 15 is being divided by X. I'm going to multiply both sides by X. And then what I have as a result is X times the cosine of 26 degrees is equal to 15. Well, I don't have my X alone, but now at least it's not in the denominator. So I'm going to divide both sides by the cosine of 26 degrees. And that would cancel here. And then this is then what I would put in the calculator that's going to give me that X value, the length, in this case, of the hypotenuse. So X then is going to be, I'm going to say, approximately equal to 15 divided by cosine 26. 15 divided by the cosine of 26 degrees. Just double check to make sure. Yes, that is what I was looking for. So 15 divided by the cosine of 26, and that gives me 16.68, but then the 9 right next to it means it's closer, that the 8 is closer to 9 than it is to 8. So that's 16.69. 16.69. Once again, if this had units, like if say it was inches, then you would put inches. Since it's not, we would just leave that. This is 16.69, and that then is the value. Let's see here. Ahora en español. En este problema estamos buscando solving for a side, quiere decir resolver la ecuación por un lado faltante. Dice solve the right triangle. Resuelva el triángulo rectángulo for the missing side, por el lado faltante. El lado faltante está marcado en este caso por el X. Entonces, nosotros tenemos el ángulo aquí 40 grados y por este ángulo, si dibujas una flecha hacia afuera, entonces es el lado opuesto. Y el lado que está a su costado, que no es la hipotenusa, es el lado adyacente. Y el lado que es opuesto del ángulo el ángulo recto es la hipotenusa. Y mientras que eso es cierto, tenemos uno que estamos buscando y uno que sabemos. Queremos enfocarnos en eso. Entonces, a pesar de que sí es la hipotenusa, voy a recomendar de que no lo apuntemos. Solo los dos que estamos viendo. Y eso nos ayuda a recordar de que cuando veo ese de SOHCAHTOA, eso tiene O de opposite y A de adjacent o adyacente. O y A, ese es el TOA, el tangent. Entonces podemos escribir la ecuación que el tangent de 40 grados es igual es igual a el opuesto O sobre A. Opuesto es X sobre A, que es 15 sobre 15. Así va. Entonces, para despejar X, de que X esté sola en un lado de signo igual, X está dividiendo entre 15. Lo opuesto de dividir entre 15 es multiplicar por 15. Y esto lo elimina aquí dejando X solo. Y eso es lo que hay que poner en la calculadora. Entonces volteamos, vamos a la calculadora y ponemos 15 por el tangent de 40, de 40 degrees. Entonces lo ponemos y sale 12.58, pero este 8 a su costado es 6 y eso significa que está más cerca ese 8 de 9 que es a 8 mismo. Entonces, vamos, 12.59 y eso es lo que apuntamos. En el siguiente ejemplo, en este caso, aquí está el ángulo y estamos buscando X y tenemos 15. Entonces, podremos poner de que ese lado es el lado opuesto, el cateto opuesto, pero no nos interesa porque no es algo que estamos buscando o que tenemos. Entonces, vamos a botarlo. Pero nos fijamos aquí en X y eso es el lado opuesto del ángulo recto, que es la hipotenusa. Y este que es el adyacente es lo que está a su costado, significa next to en inglés o al costado en español. Entonces, de ahí nos fijamos de que tiene A y tiene H, y eso es K, AH, K, no SO, eso es OH, TOA es OA, entonces estamos viendo cosine. Entonces, escribimos que tenemos el cosine, y esta es la ecuación que tenemos. El cosine de 26 grados es igual a A sobre H. A es 15 sobre H, que es X. Y lo que queremos notar es que X está abajo, en el denominador. Y no queremos que esté abajo, queremos que esté arriba. Entonces, ese 15 se está dividiendo entre X. Podemos despejarlo. El 15 multiplicando ambos lados por X. Cuando lo hacemos, nos da esto. Estos se elimina, los X aquí, y deja entonces 15 solo en el lado derecho, y en el lado izquierdo tenemos X por el cosine de 26 grados. Y ahora para dejar X solo, estas dos cosas se están multiplicando. X por el cosine de 26, dividimos entre el cosine de 26. Dividimos entre el cosine de 26. Y esto otra vez, eso lo elimina aquí porque divides un número entre sí mismo, se elimina porque es 1, deja X solo, y esto es lo que hay que poner en la calculadora. Entonces ponemos 15 entre cosine de 26. Ponemos 15 dividido entre el cosine de 26 y eso nos da 16.68, pero el 9 a su costado le redondea para arriba, es 16.69. Y esto es la respuesta final. Gracias, pues, para adelante. Si se puede, si se puede.